Hey everyone, it's Justin Krieg with another episode of Tuesdays with Justin. Today I was kind of hunting around the neighborhood of the Rankin House here on 2nd Avenue where our office is for something to talk to you all about today, and have driven by a historic marker that whenever I go by I think, that's interesting, I'll go check that out and get some more detail on it, but never have until today. So the historic marker is the Haiman Sword Factory, and it's located right where downtown elementary school is located, across the street from the Rankin House. And as the marker describes, there were two brothers from Prussia in the early 1830s that came over to the state of Georgia, Louis and Elias Haiman, and they established themselves as tinsmiths here in Columbus. They opened up a factory mainly to produce kitchen cutlery and things like that. Well, they were loyal to the cause of the state at the time, the Civil War, and so they developed a contract with the Confederate government to produce some armaments, and so they started producing swords. And then as technology improved and they started making other things for the war effort, in 1864 they started to manufacture a Colt Navy pistol for the Confederate state government. Then when Wilson had his raid on Columbus in April of 1865, he came across the river and he burned many of the factories and buildings that were sympathetic to the Confederacy. The Haiman Sword Factory was one of those businesses that burned to the ground. Eventually, the Haiman brothers rebuilt, and they were active again up until around 1876, but they weren't making swords anymore. They were converting back to civilian goods. I looked up recently to see if there were any swords that I could get some images of, and found one that sold at auction about this time last year for nearly $8,000. So they are fairly valuable if they can be found. They're hard to find. But at their peak, they employed nearly 400 people and could produce nearly 100 blades a day in the 1860s. So when you drive by downtown elementary, you'll now know a little bit about the history of the site and how different it is today. With that, we'll see you next Tuesday.